Welcome to another Big Red Kitty Hunter Guide movie! Today's movie, Void Reaver in Tempest Keep. In other Hunter Guide movies, we've talked about how to do massive quantities of sustained range DPS. Other movies, we talked about how important it is when to do that DPS. But in this movie, we're going to talk about when not to do that kind of DPS. Void Reaver is a don't die fight. What that means is you'll kill the guy, it's not a problem, as long as you don't die. And what do I mean, as long as you don't die? What we mean is, don't stand there if your health is low. It's your job to maintain your health. You've got healers out there doing the best they can, but in this fight, everybody's taking damage. So you got to help them out. You got to take your potions, you got to use your bandages, you got to use everything, every trick in the book, and that includes moving the heck your ugly little body out of the way when you're low on health. Don't stand there and die. You'll do DPS as long as you don't get yourself freaking killed. Let's get in there and try it, and you'll see what we're talking about. So, how does a hunter not die against Void Reaver? You get your little butt out of the way from those arcane balls you see coming right at us. Move, move, move! There we go, we're moving. That's what we're going to do. While we're moving, our pet is doing DPS. He's fine, he's happy, he's dandy, but we're not shooting. But guess what? It's more important not to take damage than it is to shoot. Amazing! So, there we go. You just move out of the way of the arcane explosions. Now, how do you know when to move? Well, there's two tricks to it. One, you're going to move your camera so you can see him pop out of the top. See him go there? There he goes. And the other trick is don't get overconfident. Don't say, I don't think it's not coming for me. That's not worth it. Just move. Now, how do those things go about? Well, they target an individual person and they go right for them. So if your buddy right there, that mage, that warlock, whoever he is standing next to you, gets one attacked on him, and you stand there with him, well, you're both going to get hit. And if you both get hit, the healers can't heal you both. You all die, you wipe, you yell at each other, you get no fat loot, and you go join that little guild that's just starting out in Karazhan. Right? That's not what you want to do. Get out of the way like we're doing. If you're not sure, move. There's the explosion. And we're going to back up, and we're going to get the heck off the aggro list, feign death, and we're going to get back into the fight. You don't want to be on the top of the aggro list on this fight. This guy will smash you through to next Sunday. Now, when we say move out of the way of the arcane explosions, you got three things you can do. You can strafe left, you can strafe right, or you can run the heck back to the edge of the wall. Now, that's our preferred thing to do, and that's your emergency bailout maneuver. If you're not sure what to do or where to go or what's going on, run to the back wall. Like this one, get to the back wall! Okay, here's where we're going to see where one of these arcane explosions goes right for the hunter right next to it. Incoming! And he doesn't move, and it's too late. Bam! And because he didn't run to the back wall, it nuked him, it nuked us. That was horrible. That was terrible. The healers hate him, and we're just pissed because it wasn't our fault. So what do you got to do? You got to assume that your buddy is going to do the wrong thing. So what are you going to do? You move! And you get out of the way. See how it goes? Boom, we're fine. And that's the way we want to see you do it. Alright, you see how it's been going on? We've been getting out of the way. Here we go. We're running to the back wall again. Boom goes the explosion, and we're okay. We turn right back around with a flip of the mouse, and we're back in the action. Not a big deal, not a big problem. Now, as we said earlier, they target one person, and those arcane balls go right for them. So you want to try to stay spread out as much as you can. That happens in bad luck situations. It'll target a guy 10 yards to the left of you, and another one will target a guy 10 yards to the right of you, and they'll both try to strafe right at you, and everybody will die all at once. Ah, come on, we ran to the back wall, that's cheap. Anyway, so running to the back wall is almost always the safest thing to do, but as you've seen, it takes you out of DPS longer than if you strafe left or right, but strafing left or right could you bring you into the area of another one going off, so measure it, take care, be safe. This is not a crush 'em real fast fight. This is, as you say, you can get bad luck. Now, we got low on health. Healers are having some problems. So what are we going to do? We're going to run to the back. We're going to bandage ourselves up. Our pet's still doing damage. The healers are doing fine. The tanks are okay. The main thing is that we're helping the healers out. It's okay. We're fine. Now let's get back in there and do some damage. And we're going to strafe out of the way. See us use the mouse to turn. Boof, we're okay. We keep fighting. We keep going on. So, are we going to top the damage meters on this fight? No, but guess what? We're going to be a lot higher than those people who are dead, right? Right. Keep yourself alive. Use your bandages. Take your pots. Move, move, move. That's the important thing, and that's the technique we want you to learn. Aim shot? How do we do an aim shot? We're not doing an aim shot. That must have been a miss-hit. That must have been some like warlock face-smashing mistake or something. There we go, arcane shot. Much better. Now, we're not doing arcane shots except when we're strafing. We're doing our 3-2 steady auto macro while we're standing still. That's how we're going to do our DPS. And you can throw in an arcane shot while you're strafing. That's fine, that's dandy. But don't be like us and throw in an aim shot. You're not supposed to use an aim shot in rotation. That's silly. So BRK, we hear you asking, what about that technique where you use 2 hunters on the outside and everybody else in the raid stands under his toes and just bombs the bejesus out of them while the hunters run in circles? Well, that technique is fun, that technique is nice, and it works, and we know people enjoy it and advertise it and say that's the only way to do it anymore. But as we're going to show you, it can be done this way. This is the way the traditional people do it. You know, we're all about tradition and doing things the old-fashioned way. As long as you stay out of the way of the arcane explosions, you should be fine. And here's a great example of us getting out of the way. Here it comes. Boom! It's coming right for us. Flip around. Here it comes over behind us, hitting us where we would have been. Boom! Didn't touch us, didn't hit anybody else. And everybody runs back in. And everybody closes the gaps, and it's just awesome. That was one of the best ones we've done in this fight. We're very proud of that one. What's so hard about Void Reaver for a hunter? We have to change our damage paradigm. Massive quantities of sustained range DPS will come, but you gotta watch your screen first and foremost. Run to the back wall, bandage and pot, keep yourself healed, save your healers their mana. This is the most important thing, not you topping the damage meters here. An alive hunter does good damage. A dead hunter does no damage. What do you want to be?
Systems shutting.
One dead robot means someone's going to get nice tier 5 shoulders. Isn't that great? We're at 100% health. We did our job. For those who don't know, our Wind Serpent is Dr. Moo, PhD, in memory of Charvan. We miss you, sweetie. Thank you for watching this Big Red Kitty worldwide amalgamated production.